Preface of a Treatise on the True Devotion to the Blessed Virgin. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Michael Portelli. A Treatise on the True Devotion to the Blessed Virgin, by Louis-Marie Grignon De Montfort. Translated by Frederick William Faber, Doctor of Divinity. Preface. It was in the year 1846 or 1847, at St. Wilfrid's, that I first studied the life and spirit of the Venerable Grignon de Montfort, and now, after more than 15 years, it may be allowable to say that those who take him for their master will hardly be able to name a saint or ascetical writer to whose grace and spirit their mind will be more subject than to his. We may not yet call him saint, but the process of his beatification is so far and so favourably advanced that we may not have long to wait before he will be raised upon the altars of the Church. There are few men in the 18th century who have more strongly upon them the marks of the man of providence than this Elias-like missionary of the Holy Ghost and of Mary. His entire life was such an exhibition of the holy folly of the cross that his biographers unite in always classing him with Saint Simon Salo and Saint Philip Neri. Clement XI made him a missionary apostolic in France, in order that he might spend his life in fighting against Jansenism, so far as it affected the salvation of souls. Since the apostolical epistles, it would be hard to find words that burn so marvellously as the 12 pages of his prayer for the missionaries of the Holy Ghost, to which I earnestly refer all those who find it hard to keep up, under their numberless trials, the first fires of the love of souls. He was at once persecuted and venerated everywhere. His amount of work, like that of Saint Anthony of Padua, is incredible and indeed inexplicable. He wrote some spiritual treatises, which have already had a remarkable influence on the Church during the few years they have been known, and bid fair to have a much wider influence in years to come. His preaching, his writing, and his conversation were all impregnated with prophecy, and with anticipations of the latter ages of the Church. He comes forward like another St. Vincent Ferrer, as if on the days bordering on the Last Judgment, and proclaims that he brings an authentic message from God about the greater honour and wider knowledge and more prominent love of his Blessed Mother, and her connection with the second advent of her Son. He founded 2 religious congregations, one of men and one of women, which have been quite extraordinarily successful, and yet he died at the age of 43 in 1716, after only 16 years of priesthood. It was on the 12th of May 1853 that the decree was pronounced at Rome, declaring his writings to be exempt from all error which could be a bar to his canonization. In this very treatise on the veritable devotion to our Blessed Lady, he has recorded this prophecy. I clearly foresee that raging brutes will come in fury to tear with their diabolical teeth this little writing, and him whom the Holy Ghost has made use of to write it, or at least to envelop it in the silence of a coffer, in order that it may not appear. Nevertheless, he prophesies both its appearance and its success. All this was fulfilled to the letter. The author died in 1716, and the treatise was found by accident by one of the priests of his congregation at Saint Laurent, sur Sèvre, in 1842. The existing superior was able to attest the handwriting as being that of the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?